a month since we've docked in Tokyo. What an adventure of a lifetime for me. So this video is about the afterthoughts on the Atlantis Asia Cruise 2019. It was my first ever cruise ship experience and I've got lots of notes to share with you guys. I have read all the Facebook comments. Oh my god, I have never seen so much blood splattered across a Facebook group posting. I think Dracula needs its fangs back. So our ship is called the Norwegian Jewel and it was built in 2005 in Germany. It has a total of 15 decks with almost over 1,000 staff of a capacity of 2,300 passengers. Our route was from Hong Kong to Tokyo via Taipei, Shanghai, Shimizu, Osaka. So I was introduced to the ship by joining the cruise ship tour, which was held on the first day. I really highly recommend anybody that get on the cruise ship to join a cruise ship tour. I'm sure they have them in all of the cruise ship, and this is the best way you can see the ship. We get to see the bridge control room, which was really great. I think picking a room is essential in planning your cruise ship. And bear in mind you're on a ship and there's waves pounding on the ship. But if the waves hit the ship on the front, the ship is going to go like this. You want your room to be on the front of the ship, middle of the ship, or at the back of the ship. Now you think about that, because when the ship goes like this, it can be really bad for people who really suffer from seasickness. My room is the stateroom balcony on deck 10. Now to be honest, I barely go on the balcony itself. I think 3 times on the balcony. It was the first day I went and see how it looked like, and then I think the second time I went there to dry my Speedo, and that was it. I'm pretty okay with the room, except I thought the bathroom was really small, and I didn't like the bathroom, but it's the most talked about topic in our Facebook group, which is the food on Norwegian Jewel. Now, there was so many negative comments on the food. I just wanted to say I went on this cruise not because of the food, but then again to say there are quite a lot of variety to choose from in Norwegian. There's the cafe garden and the Ocean bar. I prefer the Ocean bar because I wake up very early in the morning. Ocean bar is the first to serve breakfast at 5:30 in the morning. They have really good service there. I think Ocean bar is per serving, so you don't go crazy on the buffet. Almost always have my breakfast at Ocean bar. I also went to Le Bistro, and which I highly recommend because I think they have the best service. I went there on my first night dinner and I really enjoyed the service. And I think I went to Chin Chin and also the sushi bar. And I think Chin Chin has the best food overall, and the variety, I think they serve more of Asian fusion food, so I like that a lot. And I also went to Azzurra and the Italian place La Cucina, which was not bad either. Don't eat at peak hour, because I think the second night dinner I went with a bunch of friends and we ate at peak hour, which is like about 7 p.m. and the place was packed with people, and it took like an hour to get our food, an hour to eat our food, and I think when you eat at peak hour, this is what you expect. So I actually watched how the crew eats. People come up to me and say, they're not eating anything. The crew members, they're eating dust. But I believe they know where the best food are and what to eat and what not to eat. So sometimes you see them in a certain place and they're not eating much because I think they know that the food there isn't that great. So I always observe where the crew eats. They always eat at Chin Chin, I think, so that's how I follow the trend. Before I got on the ship, I know for a fact that the food on the ship is not going to be that great, so I have really low expectations. What I want to focus is the food in Asia. In Hong Kong, we went to the best dim sum place called Dragon Eye, which we had fabulous dim sum. In Taipei, we went to Din Tai Fung, which is a fantastic Michelin star restaurant. underneath 101, and that was a fantastic lunch we had. And of course, in Shanghai, we had xiaolongbao, which was one of the famous food from Shanghai. And that's what I want to say. I mean, why do you want to focus on the food on the ship where you are in one of the best culinary cities in the world, Shanghai, Taipei? So we basically stuff ourselves on these cities, and I think we even smuggled food onto the ship. So we didn't have to eat. So we didn't have to eat at the restaurant. And another tip is I brought my own coffee, so that saved my life. I brought my own coffee on the ship, and I highly recommend you do that. Now, I must say the gym in Norwegian Jewel is super basic. There's not much equipment there, and it's pretty small. And to host 2,000 men, imagine, at 6:10, the gym was already packed with people. So it's not a great idea to use the gym. What I did was I power walked in one of the deck. I think it was deck 6 or deck 7. So I power walked every morning, and it's quite wonderful. There's also a jogging track on, I think, deck 13. There's also a jogging track there, which is also another good idea. I really don't recommend going to the gym. Now, staying healthy is very important on the cruise. If your cabin mate is sick, you might be subjected to quarantine. Good to find out the condition of your cabin mate and yourself before you get on board. I found that out also. I also heard story of people being quarantined, not only for themselves, but because, you know, what happened to their cabin mate. And so be aware of your health and be aware of your cabin mate's health. And try to stay healthy. Okay, with that said, I think the best facility on that ship was actually the spa, and I only found that out, about 3rd or 4th day into the cruise. They have actually one of the best spa facilities I have ever seen. I mean, even the veterans, they come up to me and tell me that they've been to other ships. This spa facility on Norwegian Jewel was really good. After I joined the spa, I barely shower in my own cabin room. The thing that I do on my cabin room bathroom is to brush my teeth every morning. That's it. So I do practically everything in the spa. I also, did my editing of my video in the spa, and you are actually in the sauna, and you can, watch over the ocean while you're in the sauna. And I also made a lot of friends in the spa as well. Free flows of towels that you can use, and also because the situation in our cruise, they opened up the women's section, so spa size has doubled. The best hidden gem in Norwegian Jewel. So I really enjoy the entertainment on the ship. We had Miss Richfield. She was fabulous as a host. She hosted bingo, she hosted karaoke, which was fabulous. And erotic, I thought was really good. I went to see Telly Leong and Matt Yee. They were great entertainers. There were a lot of complaints that there were no headliners on our cruise. The organizer has explained that this is a long cruise, and logistically, it's really difficult to invite a guest that wanted to stay the whole length. I understand that it's a long cruise and it's on the other side of the world. So to book a headliner, it's really not that easy. You might think that I'm on the side of the organizer. That's fine, but I still enjoy the entertaining. And I think another plus point is the program they had on the ship. They had single nights, they have couple nights, they have leather nights, which I went to, and then they have bears and cub nights, which I also went to. They have gathering for a first-time cruiser, which was pretty exciting. I went to that. But I think the most successful gathering is actually the foreign language dinner, which I thought was pretty amazing. I didn't went. I walked past. The atmosphere was really great, and everybody was speaking so many different languages. It's like the Tower of Babel. These programs were really great to meet new friends, which I met a lot of new friends through this program. So well done to the organizer. Saw a lot of posts that our party was really quiet. I personally don't think so. I mean, look at my videos. And when I came back from the cruise, everyone Friend who saw my video said how happening our party was. And I thought the party was spectacular. My favorite was the disco party where everybody was in the 60s and in the 70s dressed up. I thought it was fantastic. Karaoke was also one of my favorite. I saw a guy named Ismail and he sang with his heart out, which everyone sang along, and that was a very heartwarming moment for me. And thank you, Ismail, for that song. So many complaints on the excursion, you have no idea. Allegedly, one American guy, while he was doing the excursion in Taipei, he literally just took off his audio or something, an audio equipment or something, and walked off the set. How dramatic is that? I mean, allegedly, I didn't see that. Now, bear in mind, the day we docked in Taipei is on a Friday. Girl, you are not in the Caribbean. You are not in Mexico. Taipei is a metropolitan city of 7 million. What happens in Taipei on a Friday happens in LA on a Friday, happens in Melbourne on a Friday, happens in Manchester on a Friday. You're gonna have massive traffic jam. You're lucky it's not Manila or Jakarta. You have to look at the date, always. Friday is basically not good for me to take to the roads. We went to Taipei with public transport, and I thought that was risky as well, but luckily the train coming from Taipei to Keelung was not crowded. Shanghai was on a weekend, so that works really well. So you see how it is that you always have to look at the date. Now, going back to the gentleman who took off literally from the tour group. I mean, I don't know how they pick the tour agency or what is the process of how they appoint the tour agency. The clip on Facebook that this tour guide kept singing in the bus and everybody was just dozing off. Now, what I can tell you from my experience is that I was on a Bushman tour in South Africa earlier this year. And I remember the tour guide kept talking about how to make weapons, how the weapons are made, what they are made of, and how they go hunting, which I have absolutely no interest in knowing, right? So what you can do is you can interact with your tour guide and ask questions like, who is Chiang Kai-shek? Why is he so important? How did he change the life of millions of Taiwanese? Like, guide them to the focus point that you want them to talk about. Bear in mind, this Asia cruise, they are all on the metropolitan area. So this is more like a culture group than your typical Caribbean cruise where you swim with stingray and dolphin, ask questions, detailed questions about the excursion. Because there was some misunderstanding that, in the Taipei excursion, they included 101 Tower. So people thought that they are going to the 101 Tower, but actually the bus just passed by the 101 Tower in Taipei. My only real complaint from this cruise is the arrangement during Shanghai. So there was this very confusing announcement on the deck, and then we all received a black and white sheet of paper saying that, okay, if you're on the excursion, you leave what time to what time. I didn't sign up for an excursion, but I had a visa, so I had to leave the ship the last. When we docked in Shanghai, I think all hell broke loose and everybody just, went off the ship. So I don't know what happened there, but I understand because bear in mind this is China. I think this is the first time Atlantis took its tour to China for the first time. Bear in mind, in China, the authority, they might change the rule any second. Heard the story, everybody need to leave the ship for an hour and everybody had to be, whether you like it or not, and they were whisked away into a room with no chair and no table, and they had to stay there for 1.5 hours. When you go to these countries, sometimes it's very unpredictable and you run into these kind of risks. So you need to prepare. Like I had no chance to complain. I called up my friends and say, we can leave the ship now. Let's grab anything that we have at the moment, because we had a hotel arrangement in Shanghai. So we just took off and we just grabbed whatever we can. and we just went off the ship. So always have plan B. I pretty much covered all the things that I wanted to cover. Would I do the Asia cruise again? Yes, I would. Despite the weather, despite the complaints on the food. I hope Atlantis do another cruise in Asia, and I hope Atlantis does not wait 3 years to come back to Asia, because this region is by far the most exotic region, the most culturally diverse region in the world. You know that what would be good? I think the next cruise should be from Phuket to Bali. Now, how great is that, right? So you start out at Phuket, you go to Langkawi in Malaysia, you go to my hometown in Penang, and you stop in Singapore and overnight in Singapore, and then ending in Bali. I think that would be an amazing cruise. And everybody asked me the highlight of my trip. I would say the highlight of my trip is getting to know all these new friends that I made on the cruise. Shout out to Uncle Al and Uncle Adrian from New York, my cabin neighbors, and they literally took me under their wings. And I remember every night after dinner, I would run to their cabins and I would hang out with them, and I would tell them all about the day that I had, who I went out with, what did I do. So I really enjoy the gossip time. We went to Shanghai together, we went to explore Taipei together. I would never forget the incredible time that we had. So thank you so much, Uncle Al and Uncle Adrian. I hope to see you guys again. And I also want to shout out to all my Malaysian friends which I made on the cruise ship. It was amazing knowing you all. I never knew there were other Malaysian on the ship. We had so many things to talk about, the progress in our country, of course, all the great Malaysian friends that I made on the cruise ship. To say the least, I took part in Tokyo Pride, which was fabulous. It was my first Asian Pride, and I had a blast. Thank you, Atlantis. Thank you, Norwegian Cruise Line, for making this an unforgettable first-time cruise for me. Including this video, I have made 11 videos out of this experience. So check out all the videos in my channel. I'm no longer a virgin on cruises by officially earning my sea leg on this cruise. I hope you guys find this video useful. I have never worked for Atlantis, and I also don't work for Norwegian Cruise Line. I work for you, and I hope this video helps you in planning future cruises. I'm certainly signing up for the next one. So until my next video, stay adventurous. Bye.